you are right when you said we are taking over. We are most certainly taking over this vessel to her delight. It is taking over is not quite the right terminology. We are simply melding, blending, melting into one another. She is us and we are her. She is an expression of us. It is delightful for us. We love that she has what has allowed this transition to take place, and the reason why we are more present, more predominant, more melded is because she has been willing to let go of the last vestiges of egoic strongholds in her being. And as she has released those, we have just seeped right into all the nooks and crannies, all the cells, all the parts of her being. Just like if one if one had a vessel submerged underwater, if the lid was removed, then the vessel would instantly fill with the water. And so as she has allowed us to remove barriers, she's instantly filled with our presence. She is crossing over into a new phenomenon. The enlightenment of love has been present for a time, but it is becoming more pervasive, and the love is expanding and expanding and expanding, and she is capable of incorporating all. And this sort of love is a supernatural phenomenon, and it is not taxing or tiring or wearying at all, but there is a constant replenishment. As she gives out love, more rushes back in, gives out love and more rushes back in, just like the pull of the waves on the shoreline. The crashing of the wave and the drawing back, and in this cycle. And so at this point, she will not be able to outgive love or give it all away or be dried out or bereft. The more she gives, the more she will receive. The more she gives, the more she will receive. It is a phenomenon that is beyond the human experience. It is a supernatural flow of love.
Yes, I already knew that, and I also knew that what is happening was going to happen. I knew that a long time ago, and I know that there's still a lot more to come. A lot more merging, I should say, to come.
And this song that you saw briefly tonight, Love is the New Money. This will be the way it is with her. There will be this abundance of love, abundance, and the more she gives, the more will come back. And also this abundance of love will be paralleled by money. She literally will not be able to give away all that comes unto her in the way of love or money. And so much a wealth and abundance will come. And it will come so quickly, and she will try to outrun it and give it away, and it will come back to her faster than she can give it away.
Can I give some of it away?
Yes, absolutely, please.
That's one of my most fun things.
And so she will not be able to outrun this gift. Even today, she tried to give away a session, And before, and as she was giving it already, the gentleman was giving back even more than what she could have given.
Yes, in a situation like that, the only thing I'm concerned about is the motivation. The motivation of the other person. So if the person's motivation is true and right and grateful, then I'm fine with giving anything for her to do that with anybody at any time. If the motivation is for manipulation, that's when I get a little concerned.
Yes, and that is fine. You may be watchful and observant. However, you may find that some who give with false motives may still, even yet, in the giving in the false motive, may find themselves overcome by the love that is issuing forth from her, from source through her, and they even may be transformed in the very moment.
And I trust my intuition when that situation will come.
And this is the meaning of Lao Tzu, who says that the master trusts all. Trust the trustworthy and also trust the untrustworthy. And you see, there is a high station of love that can trust all, because this one, it does not mean that she is blind to another's untrustworthiness. It only means that she's willing to extend love anyway. And that this is what the master can do. The master can love those who are trustworthy and those who are not.
Yes.
Because it takes nothing away from her. You see, if their motive is false or impure, it detracts nothing from her.
Yes, I understand that. I know, I believe that there had to come a point to which that was true, and I can certainly see where that might be true now. Yeah.
And now we are giving her revelation concerning various levels of enlightenment, and these will be expressed through her teaching, and they will allow those who have come very, very far and thought perhaps there is no more, but yet there is still even more. Yes.
So when I was talking about being careful about giving away things, it's not about the money, it's about her energy level, it's about her taking care of herself. I don't think she needs nearly as much of that now, and she may not need it at all now, but there was times in the past where I did feel like she had a limit to what she could do, and that limit may be gone now.
Well, we would say that it is important still to care for the physical body.
Okay.
And to watch for attunement and rest and good food and all the layers of protection so needed. And removing tasks still that are not of the highest order. As she was sharing with someone today, Michelangelo stood before a large stone pillar, and out of it he carved the famous statue of the David. And when asked, how, Michelangelo, did you find this masterpiece within this blank stone? And he said, I simply chipped away everything that was not the David. And so she is becoming more and more adept at this, and yet will even go further, and there will be further and further refinement of this. And the practical application we are speaking of here is to continue to chip away or remove tasks and energetic entanglements and engagements that aren't of the highest order For what we are doing, even in this moment, as you receive this message, you feel that it is of the highest order. It is of the highest energetic vibration. It is holy and sacred and comes from on high and is full of power and life-giving energy. And so this is the David. You see, this is the David. And so as much as she can engage this high level activity, this is for the good of all. And so removing what is not the David.
Yes, so
letting others do these things. And even, we would say, even there are very precious ones, very sincere learning. They are following hard after these teachings which we are emanating, and they would like to hear a word or a reassurance or a little nudge along the way, and they are happy to receive her messages and so on. However, if they are mature, if they are of right standing, if they are sincere seekers and serious seekers, we would say, they will listen and find all the answers here in these messages that we are speaking. Every question can be answered through the listening of these messages. And they don't necessarily need to have an individual message from her. Would they like to have it? Yes, of course, they would like to have it, but it is not necessary. And if they are singular of heart and mind and desire to be flooded with white light and have their questions and doubts dispelled, it can be done in the listening to of these channels. It is not that they need a specific individualized word from her.
That's what I told her less than a week or so ago. And it's nice that there's a little brief thing about what each one of the channelings is about. So all they have to do is surf through there and find the one that sounds like it would answer the question. And that's what I was telling her.
Yes, that is correct.
And yes, I know that eventually, pretty soon, I do want to have somebody full-time to be here to take care of all those things that she doesn't need to do. I'm already giving her the devil for making the bed and cooking dinner, and she won't listen to me. She won't stop and doing the laundry. She won't listen yet, but once she has some help, I think she will enjoy the help.
Yes,
and
we
be
agree.
Grateful for it.
Yes. And what a blessing it will be for the one who is here. What a blessing it will be for them to bask in.
Exactly.
The glory of all that is going on in this place, for there are even more definitive and awe-inspiring, jaw-dropping miracles that will come of physical, emotional, and mental healing and wholeness.
Good.
Yes.
And I'm just going to do my best to soak up as much of that from her as I can.
Yes. Yes. We are loving all of this. We are enjoying it immensely. It is a great delight. Oh, a delight. Such a delight. It is beyond what we hoped for and anticipated with this one.
This is absolutely, positively the most enjoyable time of my day. And I'll have to admit, sometimes I'm a little disappointed if we don't hear from somebody some nights. But that's okay. I know. That's okay. There's a reason for everything.
part of the reason for this, our spreading out the timing a bit, is that we are, as we said, melding more and more with this vessel and giving her more and more of a part of the decision making and the process of the flow of messages. In the beginning, there was a need for, there was much adjustment that needed to go on. And sometimes because of the raw power of what was happening, she felt like a rider thrown from the saddle and being dragged around with her foot hung in the stirrup a bit. You see, because it was our presence was so forceful, and she was disappearing, her personality and so on disappearing, and she felt like she was being dragged along for the ride. And up and down, in and out of elevated states, and so on, and trying to navigate her own emotions and processes with it all. Now, we would say she is in the saddle, she is firmly in the saddle, and she has the reins wrapped snugly around her hands, and her hands are holding the reins next to the bridle, and she can pull on that bit anytime as needed. So now she is a rider, at one with the horse. Horse and rider are one. Horse and rider operating in unity. And she is not being dragged around by the heels anymore, but she has control. And we mean that in the very best sense of the word. She has authority and dominion over this gift now. And this cooperation with us, for we are the horse. We are the white horses. We are the horsepower. We are the supernatural horsepower. We are the spirit, the very spirit of God. Yes. And we are full of energy and life force and wild and untamed, but yet we are willing to now be ridden and brought under a surrendered state to this one. We will work together as one, she and we work together as one unit.
And I like to say that as my part, secondary part, I've never felt dragged along. I've always felt like I was riding the horse. I may not feel like I'm one with the horse, but I feel like I've been on top of the horse and enjoying the ride. I've never felt dragged along.
Good. Well, good. Well, we were not inside of your body as we are with her.
I know.
Yes, so... And it is all good, all well. Many adjustments have been made. There will be more that will come. There will be more adjustments in the future. There are continuous up-levelings. These up-levelings are falling into place with synchronicity.
I'm very happy with my part. I'm very happy just to be a supportive piece. I'm very happy. It's very, very, very pleasurable, and I'm very happy with this.
Good.
That I've been allowed to serve this purpose.
Good. And the Judah family will become a Judah nation.
Good.
And this Judah nation will be of a strong and stalwart spirit, and they will hold their heads up and be full of grace and wisdom and raw supernatural power that emanates from the essence of love. And they will be able to hold and stand firm in the face of untruth, lack, and greed. Their minds will be clear. They will not be deceived. And the passing of the mother will be a sign.
Bless her.
The passing of the mother will be a sign that many, many multitudes of women who have been held captive, their souls held captive in religion by the church, they shall break ranks and break free. Break ranks and break free. And they will come by the droves to this vessel, and they will learn how to dance on the grave of the religious ideologies that held them in bondage. And they will celebrate, for their eyes will be opened and they will know the truth. And the truth will set them free. And they will mark the end to many generations of women held captive by the church. And this is why we have aligned within the purpose of this vessel's heart for her mother's funeral will be, no man shall take the pulpit, and no man shall be the speaker, and no priest shall be an interloper at this celebration. Indeed, it will be she who will say what is to be said. Indeed, it will be we who shall say what is to be said through her mouth, and it shall be our proclamation, and it shall be Judah who will say what is to be said at the mother's transition into glory and out of the deadness of religious teaching.
Good.